Hi, I'm Anna Runkle, also known as the Crappy Childhood Fairy. And if you've been following my channel, you've heard me talk very emphatically about my daily practice for healing childhood PTSD. It includes writing my fears and resentments twice a day, followed by a simple rest for my mind in meditation. And now thousands of you are trying it. And if you haven't tried it yet, you can get links to the instructions on how to do it in the description section below. And one question I get asked a lot is, what happens if writing my fears and resentments makes me feel more anxious or more resentful? And people say, I'm doing the journaling you recommend, but I'm not sure I'm doing it right. And I wanted to adapt my answers to these folks into a video from the comments in YouTube where I've discussed this with them, into a video for everybody so we can answer these questions a little more definitively. Okay, first, when we write fears and resentments, it's not a journal. A journal is where we write things we want to remember or think about, like went to a party today, or I was finally able to run a 10-minute mile, or I wish I had a better relationship with my sister, and just things like that. Journaling is documenting and remembering. Writing fears and resentments is more like throwing bits of old Kleenex and hair into a trash can. We're cleaning the floor. Whatever is there, we'll just toss it in the can, and there's no need to search out what isn't there right now. Just write what is already in your mind. Second, writing is a spiritual act, and if you're not at all spiritual, and I'll get to that in a second, see if you can accept the notion that you are meant for good or even great things, and that offering up the junk of your mind is an expression of willingness to be that person, to change, to let the highest thing in your world, God in my case, maybe yours, or whatever you hold in that place, like the universe or your highest self, let that direct your life. Third, we can't do much good in the world or even care for ourselves when we're ruminating obsessively on who said what, why we suck, why we're failures, why our parents are failures. And anyway, if we're trying to get others to listen to or fix these ruminations, we're going to be frustrated. So writing fears and resentments means we own this problem and we forge the solution with our free minds and bare hands. What freedom, right? Now, if you tried writing and have had the experience of getting worked up emotionally as a result, I'd say either A, you're digging into the past rather than writing what's just on your mind right now, or B, since you may find yourself unable to release your mind junk, it's time to get a higher power who can help you with that. You'll find that small steps in this direction each day lead to great progress over time. Now, all this said, you're human, and that means there's probably a lot of resentment built up. Just spend as much time as you need to getting it out. And again, only what is already on your mind. Get it out of your mind, onto the paper. And if you're doing it right, your worst ugly hatreds and terrors will be mixed in with trivia and shopping lists. It's just how our minds work. Remember, the bad feeling that you may have now is not the direct effect of what happened to you. That could only be true of a bad thing that was happening right now, that if it were directly affecting you right now. It's the indirect effect. You have lingering fears and resentments about what happened, and it's those that are making you ruminate. And remember also, becoming free of fear and resentment does not make you a doormat. We're not just abandoning common sense and responsibility. We're letting go of all the negative thinking and taking a pause in meditation where we trust that the junk will evaporate and the real issues that require our attention will come into focus. With less fear and resentment, you're empowered to think more clearly and act more effectively in whatever way becomes clear to you, whether it's to fight for justice or stand up for yourself or be a fool for love or just to eat ice cream. And if you make a mistake or you misjudge the right thing, and you will because you're human, you can apologize later. And that way, you're truly free. So if you like this video, please let me know with the little thumbs up button down there. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, for gosh sakes, hit the subscribe button too. And I'll see you in a few days.